Good morning, everybody, and Happy New Year. This is Fago Franklin III with New Stitch Media. Right now, I have a young gentleman. He's an inspirational to the youth. I met him when I was actually out here in Virginia. His name is Micah Andrews. First and foremost, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Can't complain. But so before we get into your journey about being an inspirational person in your community, could you give my viewers some words of encouragement for today?
Some words of encouragement for the whole year. Just find your purpose. Find something you're passionate about. It don't gotta bring you money or success. It just needs to bring you happiness. You have something that you can do every week that you can feel joyous about, reason to get out of bed to go have fun. We can all make money at Food Line or our closest gas station, but happiness is not something that we attain so easily, because of how we try to obtain these things in life. So I would say something you should try to do this entire year is something you're passionate about: dancing, painting, going to be in nature. Doing that, you'll find good friends, and that'll bring you happiness and more opportunities as well.
Amen. Thank you for those words of encouragement. So here's the unique story with me and Micah. So I had called an Uber and he was my Uber driver. So we just started chopping it up and conversing about life. And one thing I noticed about him is this man has a gift and a purpose. So tell my viewers a little bit about your purpose and the obstacles that you had to overcome in your life.
Well, my purpose is just to become the light myself, and then help others find and become that same light, or whatever light they're trying to emit. As far as my trials and tribulations, we all have our different traumas and different things, but I'm pretty much, just a regular person. I've been through certain things, with like my particular trauma was like adoption, this and that, and all the things that I went through as a kid was on my mind, and it eventually led me to wanting to discover more about myself and that kind of stuff. People weren't really talking to me about certain things. Everybody wanted to push up under the rug and just live life and try to have fun. But it was always in the forefront of my mind, and it led me to being a kind of a angry person. And I just actually my sister started to get me out of that, and she just started to tell me to go within myself, and that's when I started to really find the light that I was looking for.
Amen to that. Amen. Everybody goes through trials and tribulations, and we all deal with some type of demons and different things of that nature. And we also spoke about mental health issues. Like, what words of encouragement can you give people who are struggling with depression during this time right now?
I say to attack it. I say don't run from your thoughts. I say attack it. Start to have compassion for yourself. The same way you have compassion for your son or your daughter or your sister or your niece or your nephew, start to have that kind of compassion for yourself, and then start to do things to pull yourself out of that energy. Depression is just an energy like happiness or sadness or anything else. So that goes back to my first point: finding your purpose or passion. It doesn't need to be to become a rapper or a famous actor. It can. One of my purposes or one of my passions is riding my BMX bike. I do that all the time, and that has brought me friends and a lot of fun. So anybody who's feeling depressed right now, understand that half of the world is in the same boat you in, so you're not alone. Second thing you need to start doing, start to address the problems and things. Stop running from them and stop blaming others. Everything you've done has led you to where you are right now. We live in a reality where cause and effect is very real. So certain things you've done, certain ways you've been thinking has caused you to be in the situation that you're in right now. So start with that. Start addressing how you truly feel. Don't run from it. Don't just say I'm depressed and this and that. Address it, why you feel like that. Try to come up with a solution. Find things to do to take yourself out of that energy, because negativity is only going to brew more negativity. You understand what I'm saying? So I would just start there. Once you start there, like once you start to do things that bring you joy from the inside out as a kid, like they say in the Bible, they say only as a child will you enter. So go do something fun. Go run in the rain, go eat some ice cream. It don't have to be anything super scientific or anything clinically, all that medical studies show. Nothing real deep. Go see your mom. Go to PetSmart. Go to McDonald's and watch the kids play. You're not gonna realize how much fun it is just to watch kids and hear kids play. Go have a drink and with your best friends, just laugh about all the do simple stuff like that. This world should be lived moment by moment, not 10 years in the future. It's okay to plan, but no one planned for the coronavirus, did they? No. So all this I just want to show you real quick. You can't plan for everything. You can't plan for your car not starting. You can't plan for your mom dying randomly. So you're gonna have to live your life moment by moment and take these moments very seriously. If you're in a moment you're feeling like, dang, I feel I'm stuck right now, force yourself to get up and get out of that and just take a walk outside. Matter of fact, you don't got to go spend no money at the ice cream shop. Just walk down the street and listen to people and listen to the birds. You never know who you're going to run into. Just like how I met this gentleman. Just doing what I love to do. I love to travel. I love being in my car driving, seeing new parts of Virginia, happen to meet somebody who's in tune with what I love to do. You understand what I'm saying? So start doing that kind of stuff to bring yourself out of these states of mind. That's all they are, states of mind.
And I know you had just spoke about the coronavirus. How have you adapted since the pandemic?
Pretty much like everybody else. All of my bills are still due for the most part. I'm gonna be transparent. But I'm just, how have I adapted? I don't know. It's kind of a tricky question. I've just been. I'm okay. Like I'm not like I was never the kind of person who was out all the time or doing this and that. I was always kind of to myself. I have friends, but I'm an introvert and I like my space. So I was always kind of to myself. For me, it works out because I drive for Uber. Everybody's scared to do this and do that, so I get to make the money and this and that. And it's also helping for like this kind of stuff right here. Now that the coronavirus is happening, everybody can stop pretending so much that we all live these luxurious lives or these great, amazing lives. We all got all these friends and we doing so much fun stuff. Now that reality has hit and we all back to square one, it allows me to come on and hit people with some real stuff. It's 2021 now. 2020, everybody, was the coronavirus. It's 2021. So when life hit everybody, hit the fan for everybody. Now we can stop pretending, and now it's time to start being real with ourselves about what we want, who we are, and what we really want to do down here.
Amen to that.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I know we had talked about that, how to get the youth a little bit more knowledgeable about experiencing life and having a healthy mindset. What words of advice can you give people about staying true to themselves and not falling in the traps of perception and what they see on social media?
I say first, take breaks from social media like you take breaks from people. That needs to be, it needs to be a week at a time. Social media is a very mental, it affects the mind. You can be living your best life. I'm the kind of person who doesn't care about too much fashion, but then I get on social media and I see all my friends in their best gear, and I'm like, I need to get my clothes together. Not really. So the first thing I wanted to tell the youth people around my age is to take breaks from social media. We're all pretending. Most people are pretending and they're not really living that life. In the last 6 months, a lot of people have been spending unemployment money. In the last few years, all of our friends have been spending military money and things of that nature. Everybody want to scam and do this and do that, but it's not real and it doesn't bring happiness. Social media has worsened the dating game, and it's worsened how we look at love for my generation. So, and I bring up all these different things because these are the things we ultimately want in life. People want more than just money and success. People really want happiness and love as well. So for my generation, we need to, first of all, just start taking breaks off of that, just across the board. But just understand the facade. You can go out to Walmart with your food stamps like I do, get you a nice prime ribeye steak with all the marbling. Go get you a little dollar packet of potatoes and a bag of broccoli, and you make it real nice, just like Gordon Ramsay does, on a nice white plate. Dress it up, and you having a 5-star meal. Pour you your own drink of 99 bananas, mix you some with your favorite juice, and you having a great night and watch the game. Maybe you call your friend over and y'all spend some time together. So when you on social media and you see everybody dressed up wearing these cheap clothes, going to Longhorn Steakhouse or even Benihana's. I make my own stir fry now too, so I'm not impressed no more. You know, you see people on social media posting these meals, and you're like, wow, they're living their best life, and they're just eating. They actually could be depressed at Longhorn, and they're going to they could be eating comfort food. So don't take this social media thing too serious. I talk to people all the time, so I know all the cool dudes really want to be loved. I know all the pretty girls scared they'll never find love. You understand what I'm saying? So understand it's all inside. Everybody's trying to compete. Like Lauryn Hill said, we compare ourselves amongst ourselves. I unfollow everybody that I don't know on social media so I can only see my classmates. So I can stop trying to compete with all these people I do and don't know. All my classmates, we all went to elementary school, middle school, and high school together for the most part. I grew up with y'all, so there's no reason why I feel like I should have to compete with y'all or try to pretend I'm doing this, or even if I am. But there is a facade that comes with the social media thing. And we need to start addressing this thing. Like I know we get up in the morning and check. People get up and they go to Walmart. They get up, put on clothes, go to Walmart for the day, and they stop and take a picture. And ask yourself, who would you be without those few 75 likes? You know what I'm saying? Who would you be without Instagram? And most people will have nothing. This is a dopamine thing, and it's artificial. So you'd have nothing, and that also breeds depression as well, because since you have no real purpose or passion, and like I said, it doesn't have to be a job. It can be something you love to do. What you love is that dopamine. So since you have no real purpose or passion, you choose to stick to Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. But when you no longer have that, or when life has been unfair to you and you can't flex anymore, now you're depressed because the world doesn't love you. But meanwhile, at your nearest park, there's pretty girls, there's fun going on, there's dudes you probably can become friends with. Just well, you know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. But we got to stop with this pretending thing. We got to stop this pretending thing. So to wrap that up, I'm kind of losing my train of thought with that. At the very least, start taking breaks from social media. You'll be surprised how you feel, first of all, when it's not constantly on your mind, that next post or what's going on the internet. And then once you take a break and come back to social media, watch everybody still doing the same thing. You won't have missed a beat.
And as you just stated about taking a break from social media, what do you do when you're not on social media? Like, what makes you happy besides speaking to me and speaking to the youth about overcoming obstacles and improving themselves as better leaders?
I like to ride my bike. I love to play my PS4. I play a game called Genshin Impact. If anybody plays that, it's a role playing game. I like to read certain books and stuff to just to keep my mind fresh on certain concepts and understanding ideas. Talk to my friends on the phone. I go to work. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to kind of distract myself, but I've taken myself out of the social media thing. I was always able to see the lies because I went to school with people. So it was never really, I'm not real picture heavy myself. So I was never really too much into it, but just living my regular life, you know, and it's kind of like when you have it's crazy you ask that question. That's a good question because it's kind of like, this become habit to some people, like cigarettes or drinking alcohol. So there will need to be something you need to do, because you can spend hours on social media. If you're not looking at pictures, you're looking at funny videos. You can spend hours doing this. So that goes back to our original, how we start the video. Start to find things you love to do. How I started to BMX. I remember I was on Kennesaw State campus. That's why I went to school at Kennesaw State in Georgia. And I was working at the time. I was a stocker. And my manager would tell us to get lost. We had a smooth job, and we were good employees, so he would just say get lost, which means don't be seen, go do something else. I was on the open campus when it was a real big campus in Georgia, so I'm just on campus chilling. I remember I was outside. It might have been finals time too, and I was stressing about my life. I had to call my mom at one point, telling her like, I didn't want to be doing this the rest of my life, and sad. She's trying to comfort her son, like he's gonna be okay, son. You got time. And when I was sitting down outside, I see everybody was walking around crunching. It was final time. Everybody walking crunching. You see people studying, running around, rushing. I'm stressing myself, and I looked up and I seen this dude riding a bike, and he had a BMX bike. Is a trick bike. He was riding his bike. He has headphones in. I'm just noticing the chaos in everybody else, the stress of everybody else, and he's just free as a child, riding around on campus, doing tricks, falling, getting hurt, getting back up, smiling, listening to the music, having a great time. And I decided that day, I said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna give me a bike. I got a bike shortly after that, and I've been having fun on my bike. And I've even met friends off of that. Met friends, women and men, and I've had opportunities off of me just having a bike. So, find the things you love to do, and think back on. Come as a child. Don't try to be cool or as, oh, I want to go to the club. No, that's some cool ego stuff we do when we feel like we're too old to go to the park or something like that. It don't got to be going to a park, but find something you love to do with your time. You might like to draw. You might like to, what I'm saying? It could be anything. It's something that brings you joy. Something, something like that. But you're gonna have to find that within you. You know what I mean?
And my last question is, what advice can you give people about making their dreams happen despite all the obstacles that they had to overcome in life?
Trust your process and follow yourself. Your dreams are your personal GPS. So you have dreams every night, and the only problem is we've been told they're just dreams. So you train yourself not to remember them. Start to remember your dreams. They'll tell you everything you need to do. Also, just trust the process. It's actually hard to it actually gets real hard, especially with times right now when everything's shut down and this and that. But just trust your personal process. There's many signs all around telling you to just keep going on the path you're going. And I would just say keep doing that. Like for me, I didn't do anything special to link up with you. I just put out material. I woke up every day and I get out of bed to teach and learn. So whether people learn or not, or whether I learn or not, becomes a pendulum swing that I can control. See, me teaching, I can control that, but you learning is out of my control, and that's pendulum swing. That's fine. I said it. I love to speak, so that matters none. My passion for speaking is what lined me up with you. I didn't go to school for media. I didn't meet a famous person and get invited to a dinner to meet the right person for this and for that. No, I get up every day to learn more. I have books all around to learn more and to speak to people. That's my passion. I let everything else happen in the background. Whether people learn from me or not, that's okay. That has nothing to do with me. I can only control, the things that I do. This world is very non-linear. It's very non-logical. So we think if we work and we work hard, that's not always the best way. Just focus on what you want to achieve ultimately. Don't focus on the money or this and that. Focus on your passion. I love to speak, so I'm gonna speak every day. I'm gonna speak, and I got in the car and I spoke to the right person, like I've always said. Sometimes, and we always say this ain't about what you know, it's who you know. A lot of times, so happened to get into the car, spoke to the right person, just on my purpose, and you remember I was just speaking. Whether you learned or not became pendulum swing, and you realized something from us speaking. So. Just stay on your purpose and your passions, and don't get caught up in trying to become successful with it. Like Drake said on the award show recently, if you already the man or woman in your city, you've made it. People already tell me all the time, you're a speaker, you're a guru, you're this, you're that. So I've already made it. I'm satisfied. That means anything after this is a plus for me. All the rappers, all the girls who model, or all the people who want to be scientists. There's people who look at you as a scientist right now. People who know you, like they know when you come around, they need to get right because you're gonna be scientific. They know when just like that. People know when you come around, they need to be okay. He's gonna be like this. He's the interviewer. He's this and he's that. So you already pretty much stepped yourself. All you have to do is keep that energy going. But what we do is how you mess that up is focusing on the bag, focusing on your success from what you love to do. That's how you mess the energy up. Everybody's already congratulating you. You already made it. You're already getting all the awards, but so you gotta ask yourself, what do you really want? Your passions, or you want to be worshipped? You know what I'm saying? Is it true self, or is it the ego? So for people who have purpose, passions, basketball players, whatever it is, focus on your craft. Focus on just becoming better at the game. Because you don't have to go to the NBA. YouTube is real now. People like Tristan Jazz, a boy who plays basketball on YouTube. He's getting coached now by Lakers coaches and stuff like that because he has a passion for the game. His passion, Rob Beardeck, famous skateboarder, passion for skateboarding. To this day, made him millions of dollars. Millions. So it's just about having the passion for what you really love to do. And if you have that, it'll manifest. I didn't go to school for this. I was in school for criminal justice. I wanted to be CIA at some point. espionage, a spy. But this is what I ultimately, this is what I love to do. So this is what I stuck with, and it's not hard. And another thing, what you're really, this can't be taken. Another thing, find something that can be taken from you. No one can take my ability to speak from you. You can take the camera away or Wi-Fi to broadcast, but my ability to speak, I don't got to get on Wi-Fi. I can go outside and speak in my neighborhood. Matter of fact, on Sundays, people go outside with a bullhorn in the parking lot and preach the word of God every Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? So it's always a way around. It's always a way around it. I dropped out of college, and I love traveling, and I met somebody who heard me speak, and look where I'm at now. Look where I'm at now. I can, you know what I'm saying? So to anybody listening, just follow your process. You'll get all the signs to keep going. You'll get all the signs. You'll feel it in your heart too. You'll feel it. Don't think a lot. Just try to feel and try to know. There will be dark days. The sun rises and falls all the time. Some days it's raining, some days it's not. You know from your reality right now that there are going to be ups and downs. Some days you got money, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're sick, sometimes you're not. And sometimes you're going to start your car and it won't start. And that's okay. It's all a part of life. Keep going. You have moments that in any great, and I know, you know, in any great movie, there's always a problem or an impending doom. But it always turns out okay. That happens in our lives all the time. This is an energy thing. There's going to be time, like with the coronavirus, or with your car not starting. Dang, you had everything planned out, then your car not start. But you don't see somewhere down the line how everything end up working out. So also what you don't want to be doing is when these days happen, when those dark days come, don't stress out. I'll tell this quick story right here. I had a friend, because me and him, we talk about this and that. And he called me because he needed some words of encouragement. He was getting all the signs and stuff. And when things hit the fan, you get more signs. What ends up happening is when things hit the fan, you tend to look at what's hitting the fan. My bills are due. I just lost my job. So even though God's telling you to keep moving, you focus on all the negativity. Everyone has a guardian angel that sits above them and is watching everything all around. So they can see that impending doom that you think is coming, because you can only see in front of you. Your guardian angel can see all around you, and it's telling you through all these signs and through intuition that's never going to happen. So when those dark days do come, stay focused. But he called me, and I was at the University of Virginia. I was eating, and he was like, he needs some money, so he was ready to sell his car. He's actually a businessman. He was trying to get a building. Things weren't working out. She's like, I'm ready to sell my car to do this and do that. And I'm like, well, hold on, because you're moving in fear now. Now that it seems like things aren't going your way, you're now moving out of fear, and you're about to do destructive things like selling a car. I don't want to get into too deep into it, but long story short, he stayed still. We say things like, when life gives you lime or lemons, make lemonade. I say, when your hands are tied, sit them on your lap. When your car won't start, go in the house, turn the TV on, pour a glass of wine, and watch TV. A lot of times we're asking God, what should I be doing next? What should I do? And sometimes the next best thing you to do is just relax. It's just to relax and let this, whatever it is, pass. We live in time, so we gotta. When women get pregnant, it takes 9 months. If you had to pee right now, you can't just pee. Even if you peed on yourself, it takes seconds to get all that pee out of your system. We live in time, so you got to respect the reality we live in as well. And that's another thing I want to get into. It's up in the frequency of how we think. We're not going to get into that right now. Just staying calm, cool, and relaxed and collected when these because they will happen. They happen to us all. You might wake up tomorrow and your alarm clock don't go off. You had a big meeting to go to. Your alarm clock didn't go off, and now you stressed and you this and do that. But God is there. God is gonna still be there. You gotta just trust what's happening. Look around for some signs. Okay, that might not have been. Just like me and you, we had to push this back a couple of times, and I was more prepared this morning than I've been the last 2 times, for real. I was actually. I'm glad we pushed it back, because I'm prepared to. I'm ready internally to really just put this message out. You know what I'm saying? But I said a lot, and I'll keep going. You know what I mean? But I hope I answered your question, man.
Oh no, and I heard the passion, I heard the purpose, and I heard that persistence in you. And that's what the keys of life, in order for you to be successful in life, is to have those 3 P's, which is purpose, persistence, and passion. Michael, before we let you go, where can my viewers actually find some of your work and your inspirational words?
I would say primarily on my Instagram channel. My YouTube's under construction right now. I'm putting different kind of videos on there. But my Instagram, is there a way we can like type it into the chat or something like that, or type it into the video or something like that?
It's somewhere, but I can't. I don't know. I have to mess around with it.
Yeah, I'll just spell it out. I'll spell it out. So, but my Instagram, I'll say that. Also, I'll give out my email. I'll spell everything out. My email is if people want to reach out for any type of consultations and things of that nature. My Instagram name, I'm going to just spell it out. KOOLAHHMICAH. Again, it's going to be KOOLAHHMICAH. That's my Instagram. Cool Lad Micah. And you'll see a picture of me with a black shirt on. I'm wearing a black Thrasher shirt. And my email is renaissancem44@gmail.com. That's going to be RENAISSANCE, the letter M as in Mary, 44@gmail.com. And you can reach out to me about spirituality, about everything we talk about tonight, like mental things, social media, all this kind of stuff. And we can have consultations and things of that nature. I do consultations about an hour. And I thought that's not an hour, but we can have a conversation about like the times and we can go from there. But that's where you can reach me at. And from my Instagram also, you can find my YouTube as well on my Instagram. So if you're interested in my YouTube channel, it'll be on my Instagram. Like I said, I won't get that out because I'm kind of changing up the kind of material I'm putting on there. But again, I can be reached by Instagram and email. So my Instagram is, I'm not going to spell it again, but my email is renaissancem44@gmail.com.
Amen. And I thank you for joining me on the show. You never know where inspiration can come. As I just told you before, this was my Uber driver, and we actually had a candid conversation. I love his energy, and he's very, very young. He's 26 years old, and he taught me a lot just in a matter of minutes, just driving with him. And I wanted to highlight that because, of course, I do a lot of celebrity and athletes interviews, but we got to break it down to real humanity right now. And these are words of encouragement from this man that's just a regular human being. And I enjoyed every conversation that we have. Definitely keep up the great work out in this community. I love everything that you do. And I will definitely want you to have come back on the show in the next couple of weeks to talk more about what you're doing in the community.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And the last thing I'll say, because of what you just said, Carrie want to say this too, and you never know where your opportunity is coming from. You never know. So just keep doing what you're doing, and one day you might be just in the car driving, you might meet somebody, and there might be a connection for you or something like that. So just stay focused and stay positive and go have some ice cream or something like that.
And we're going to leave that at that. So you can find me on my Instagram, which is superjournalist87. You can find me on Facebook, which is Fago Franklin III. You can find me on Google, which is Fago Franklin III, or you can find me on LinkedIn, which is Fago Franklin III. This is your guest, Fago Franklin III, New Fish Media. Thank you again for joining me, and definitely have a blessed and productive day, my friend.
All right, man. You too. Y'all have a good day.
All right, now. Bye-bye.